Hi, my name is Marcel and I play an electronic drum kit. In an earlier video you might have seen that my drum kit is not shaped like an acoustic drum kit. You might also have seen that I do not play like an acoustic drummer either. In this video series I would like to show you how my style of playing is different. In this video I would like to show you how I play open hi-hat with my left foot in a reversed manner. I will explain what I mean by reversed in a minute. After that I will give you two examples of drum covers in which I use this technique. In this video those two drum covers are Take It Baby by the Dutch rock band Grasip and Smokers Outside the Hospital Doors by the Editors. So stay tuned to see how I play those songs. If you are a drummer, you will most likely push your left foot down to close the hi-hat, after which you can play a closed hi-hat sound with your right hand. Releasing your left foot will open the hi-hat, after which you can use your right hand to play an open hi-hat sound. As I explained in a previous video, my problem with that approach is that in the common pop and rock songs the right hand is doing a lot of work and the left foot is not doing much at all. So a long time ago I decided to throw the conventional hi-hat pedal out. All of the pedals I play today are kick pedals. Each of them have a different sound assigned to them. Usually only one or two have a kick sound. The pedal on the left usually has an open hi-hat sound assigned to it. But to be clear, this is the sound that you would normally hear when you strike an open hi-hat with your hand. The open hi-hat sound will only stop sounding when I play a closed hi-hat sound with some other pad. Let me show you. As I explained in a previous video, when I need to play 16th notes I usually use two pads for closed hi-hat. I'm hoping that by now you see what I mean with reversed hi-hat. When I press my pedal down, my hi-hat goes open. So that's reversed when compared to a normal hi-hat. There are several reasons why I play hi-hat like this. One is that my right hand can get some time off compared to the traditional roll and my left foot needs to do a little bit more. Also, like you saw in part 1, I can use the left foot to fill up my fills, so during fills the groove does not lose intensity. I will show you two rock covers in which I put this method into action. Let me show you how I play Take It Baby by Dutch rock band Grasip. I made a drum cover of that song. Here's a piece of that cover with the original music and a piece with just the drum audio. You can see that for the verse I use two pads with a closed hi-hat sound and a small pad for a half open hi-hat sound. In the verse I do not use my left foot. This is the same groove as the drum cover I made for Get the Funk Out, which I played in part 1 and which I will cover in the next video of this series. As you can see, this groove is a bit like dancing on your drum kit from right to left. During the more intense parts, intro and chorus, I use the left foot to create a continuous hi-hat open sound. While my foot keeps triggering the open sound, I have both hands free to play crash ride, other cymbals and occasional fills. The layering of open hi-hat and crash ride creates a more intense atmosphere. If you want to watch the whole cover with the original music mixed in, click in the frame here on your right. The second drum cover that I will cover in this video is Smokers Outside the Hospital Doors by the Editors. Thanks to Dennis for putting this one on the table. Now, at the time I am making this video, I haven't recorded this cover yet. So I can't show you a piece of my drum cover. But here's a piece of the original song. To show you how I play this song, let me divide the song into parts. The intro has two parts. The first part is where I use my hands to play a snare and a tom. In those few bars, the hi-hat occasionally opens and I do that with my left foot. I close it by playing a closed hi-hat sound with my right hand. The second part is where I use my hands to play a snare and a cymbal. To create a more intense atmosphere, I use a continuous hi-hat sound of my left foot, like I did in a previous cover of the Cresip song, like this. Then the verse. I use both hands to play closed hi-hat and snare, and I occasionally open the hi-hat with my left foot, and a tom is being played with my right hand. Then the chorus. In that part the kick and snare alternate and cymbals are added to increase intensity. I usually like to increase the intensity from the beginning of the song to the end of the song. In this song I could do it in two ways. The right hand and the left foot. The right hand low intensity would be to play the half open hi-hat. The high intensity would be to play crash ride. For my left foot, low intensity would be to play only those notes together with the snare. The high intensity would be to play the open hi-hat continuously. So by making combinations I can change the intensity and make minor adjustments throughout the song to make each chorus, each verse a little bit more intense if I wanted to. So I'm not exactly sure how I will play this drum cover at this time because I need to record it. I plan to record it within the next few months. When it's done, I will put a link here in this frame on the right. So if that's not clickable, the drum cover is not published yet. So stay tuned. Another example of a drum cover that demonstrates the reversed hi-hat principle is the cover of In the Stone by Earth, Wind and Fire. That drum cover would have fit this part of the series perfectly, But to keep things consistent, I assigned 2 drum covers to each video in this series. So, if you want to see an example of a reverse hi-hat that is not a rock song, check out part 8 of this series to see how I play that song. This is the end of part 3 of this series. I hope this series will inspire people to see electronic drum kits as different instruments compared to acoustic drums. Some might say I use tricks, others might say I cheat. I guess a lot of people follow rules and conventions. For me, music is about being creative and trying new things. In the next part, I will show you how I play right cymbal sounds. At this time, I do not use multiple tone cymbals. So, how do I play different right sounds? Watch the next video. Thanks for watching.